Hello, and welcome to Spotlight on Education. I'm Dr. Jamie Savedoff, the Superintendent of Schools in East Brunswick, and your host for the program. My guest today is Mr. Tom Smith, Supervisor of Science and Gifted and Talented Education. During today's program, we will discuss the Forensics Science course, a new class offering at East Brunswick High School. Mr. Smith, could you please describe this new course to us?
Sure. Forensic Science was the brainchild of Leslie Anderson, who's a chemistry teacher at the high school, and she's had some experience in other situations dealing with this particular topic. And what it tries to do is to give students an idea of how science is used in the solving of crimes and the investigation of crime scenes. So it takes some of the information that the students have learned in biology and chemistry, which are prerequisites for this course, and allows them to use them in a practical situation where the knowledge that they have gained, say, in DNA or blood type analysis or chromatography can be used in the solving of crimes. And it gives students an idea of how the science that they learn in the classroom is used in everyday life.
So why was this course created? I mean, what need did people feel this would fill? And how does it fit in with the science curriculum at the high school?
Okay. One of the things that we try to do in education is create a literate citizenry. And at some time in a person's life, they will probably serve on a jury duty. And they need to know something about how evidence is collected at a crime scene, what it means, and how to evaluate that evidence. The other aspect of this course is it has to deal with some career opportunities in the field of science. For example, someone going to law school needs to know in a court of law, whether they're a prosecutor or a defending attorney, that how the evidence was collected. Was it collected properly? Was it tampered with? Someone who is going to be in a police officer or a detective needs to know the proper way to collect evidence. And someone who likes the subject of chemistry and doesn't know where it might lead to a career, this course might give them an idea of how that could be used in a career. The course is an elective. It meets for one semester. It's a half-year course. And it fits in well with the science program because in addition to the standard courses we offer in biology, chemistry, and physics, we offer a survey of electives that delve into a particular topic in science. For example, we have a course in environmental studies, we have a course in astronomy, meteorology, astronomy, and marine biology. So it gives students who have taken biology or chemistry an opportunity to focus in on a particular area of science they might have an interest in.
That's excellent. Let's take this opportunity to view a class.
You have been summoned to the scene of an apparent homicide. Your job is to identify, mark, tag, measure, take notes, photograph, collect evidence. At first glance, this is not an ordinary crime scene. Why would you say this is not ordinary?
Because there's a wig and there's a woman, I don't know.
A wig. What else do I have?
I mean, not a
Pretend it's real. I have a gun and a knife. I have a lot of different things that aren't normal. If we call a homicide scene normal. Okay. You cannot process this scene alone. This is way too much evidence for one person to be processing, Tiffany. So I call in my whole team. Well, actually, you call in your whole team. You contact the team, instruct them to meet at 380 Cranberry Road, apartment L1. The group assembles at the apartment of the victim. You are given a brief rundown by the lead homicide investigator and chief of investigations, me, because I'm going to coordinate all the different people. The victim's name, Victoria Love. Her friends call her Vic. She was 24, lived alone, currently no known love interests. Happy at her job, she's a member of the research and development team, working on a cure for Parkinson's disease. Her boss is going to give her a big raise because she just came through with a nice breakthrough. She was supposed to meet her sister Veronica for dinner and shopping. Vic was an hour late, didn't return pages, didn't return cell phones. Veronica went over to her apartment, found her like this, ran screaming down the hall, caught by a neighbor, police called, you're contacted, the team is assembled, I meet you, we're going to coordinate. Okay? We need to examine this immediately before we get any other further changes. First thing it says, identify and list the pieces that you're going to have to collect. Leah's gonna write them on the board. You're gonna later, if we're going too fast, you're gonna stick them right on the back of your final report sheet. Give me one piece of evidence that's gonna be collected.
Knife.
Knife.
Pistol. Gun.
He says gun. Note. Blood sample. Note. Torn. Do we know it's a note?
Wig. Torn paper.
Torn paper. Hold on, we gotta wait for Lee. Blood sample. Torn paper. What else?
Wig.
Pen.
Broken glass.
Torn paper. Hold on.
Blue liquid.
Latex glove.
Gross liquid.
Blue liquid.
The footprints in the blood.
Yeah. Wig.
Blue liquid. We got what?
Wig.
Candle.
Footprint.
Blue liquid.
Wig.
Wig.
Footprint.
Matches. Hold on. He's going candle. Wig. Matches.
Broken glass. Footprint.
The stuff on the table?
Somebody said matches. We got broken glass.
Is that blood by the broken glass?
That's blood by the broken glass.
Or that blood also?
Necklace.
Fingernail.
Phil said fingernail.
What about like
You're in
the
the
actual
crime
like imprint of the footprint, not the blood itself that makes it, but the actual
We want to
footprint.
see if we can photo somehow preserve that footprint.
Notepad. What about
Notepad.
no pen, the check, all that.
Notepad and papers. How about that? Notepad and papers.
Any like lip prints or like saliva left on the
Chris
top?
said lip prints. How about prints on glass?
Or like saliva.
Prints on glass.
I know there's no doorknob, but would there be prints on the doorknob?
Over there.
On the door?
I don't know if those people on this side can see it. Anna, what were you gonna say? We put blue liquid.
Hair on chair.
Yeah, what about the hair?
We don't know if it's hair or fibers on chair. Fibers on chair. You're gonna take notes. What does it look like? What does it smell like? Is there something leading to it or from it? Or is it shiny? Is it not shiny? Is it irregularly shaped? Do we think we could reassemble it into something? You're gonna take your notes. You're gonna answer questions 4, 5, 6. You're gonna do that for your piece of evidence. You're gonna do it for the body. Everybody's gonna do the body. Everybody's gonna do their one piece of evidence.
What case number do you want to make?
We need alright, we got 1 meter, 45 centimeters from the corner of the shoe frame, from the corner of the papers
Where does that go in here?
to that corner of the room. So let's figure
Does
this
that go
out.
in here?
I'm sorry?
Does that go in here?
Yeah, that goes right there in the room.
Don't
diagram.
apologize. Alright, cool.
Yeah, so make the bottom right corner of the room.
What do I put for this?
Is Miss A.
Oh, she's the chief investigator.
Alright, so we have 1 meter and 45 centimeters. What's the second meter? What? 2 meters, 71 centimeters to the corner of the window, which is our second fixed point.
How many?
And everything, another photo. You ready? Anybody else ready to photo? Yeah. Things that we're gonna cover.
It's between the necklace and the body.
They're all working on different parts that we.
Oh, we're doing the body too?
Morris, what are you doing in this little diagram?
Oh, cool. Somebody get a big picture of you? No, you're trying it. What did I do? Miss Anderson?
That's on the piece. No, you looked at your evidence. Okay? There was a note back there. Lauren picked it up. Lauren and you worked with Lyle. Lauren and Lyle picked it up, put it back together. So they're going to show us the results of what the note actually said tomorrow. That might help us. We're going to look at, the body should have given you an awful lot. The fact there was several different wounds. there was the fact, let's ignore the fact that her legs fall off. I'm not sure if guys would notice, but she's got silver earrings, and that's a gold chain. Big faux pas.
That's a crime unto itself.
She's got fluorescent pink, that's dark purple. Who's doing the print? Who's doing the computer?
Oh, wait,
Chris?
We're doing the paper and the.
Chris and Evan were saying, there's paper here with no printer. I need you tonight to go home. We all looked at where all the evidence was. I need you to go home and think about, honestly, what could have gone on. Why are there 2 murder weapons and a whole third method? Okay, you're going to need to think about putting it together. The last thing I ask is, based on your visual identification. Okay, what's reconstruction? Reconstruction is telling me what happened based on visual identification. Based on your visual identification of the evidence and other visual observations, first draft of the reconstruction. Okay, so tomorrow you're going to come in, each person's going to tell me about their own evidence, or their pair, sorry, not their own, but their pair, and we're going to see how these pieces fit together to see if we can reconstruct. Okay, after we've reconstructed, or what we think is reconstruction. After we got what we think is reconstruction, we're going to start analyzing. We're going to do a glass density. We're going to do a glass break. We're going to do a blood spatter. We're going to do a lab where we look at, is it blood or is it not blood? This is obviously not blood, but is it blood or is it not blood? We're going to do a lab. We're going to do fingerprinting. Everybody wants to know, can you get fingerprints through those gloves? Yeah. We're going to look at some hair things. I'm not sure if those people over there noticed anything over there. We're going to look at different liquids. So what I need you tonight is you and your partner individually looking at, Michael, your individual evidence and the body. See what you can come up with. Tomorrow we'll come in, we'll talk about the different evidence, and we'll compare.
Mr. Smith, could you describe the techniques the students have learned to solve the crime that we just saw in this video?
Sure. One of the things you probably noticed, and one of the things that all good scientists do, is use their powers of observation. The ability to collect evidence, know what kind of evidence to collect, know how not to disturb a crime scene, and then once the evidence is collected, how to go about analyzing it. For example, students in biology learned about blood types and DNA, and they will have an opportunity in hair samples or blood samples to look at blood types. They'll have an opportunity to look at DNA analysis and how scientists use it to solve crimes. They will use microscopes to investigate fiber analysis from clothing that might be left on the scene of the crime, or hair samples. They will investigate how to analyze glass fragments, how glass was broken in a particular crime scene. And they will get to look at other pieces of evidence that might lead them to some conclusions about how the crime was committed.
For most of us who went to high school in the dark ages, we didn't have the opportunity to apply our science learning to a course like this, and it sounds, very interesting. What's the student response been to this new class offering?
Well, the student response has been extremely positive, and one of the things I can attribute that to is the enthusiasm of the teacher, Leslie Anderson. She's just a phenomenal, charismatic person who really gets students enthusiastic about the topic of chemistry, which is her major field of teaching, and also in this course in forensic science. So I think we have in the future to look forward to many sections of this course being offered throughout the years.
The forensics class is another fine example of how our staff members bring innovation to the classroom at East Brunswick High School. Mr. Smith, I'd like to thank you for being my guest today and for giving us this information about this exciting new science course.
Thank you
very
for inviting
much.
me.